Okay, hi guys. So this is a CNC board which I have purchased on eBay. You can get this for about £27, maybe a little bit more. So this is three axes only. So you have the power here, axis one, axis two, axis three, or XYZ, and finally you have your spindle motor, which connects into the ports 12 to 15. So this connects with a parallel and a serial or a serial. I'm sure you can find a USB connector to use somewhere. Unfortunately, this is what my machine did come with. So initially I had this and I had this. Unfortunately, I ended up blowing this board, so this is why I ended up purchasing this one instead. So I couldn't connect this one to the USB board. I probably could, but it would have been a lot of hassle to figure out the port pins, the appropriate port pins for this. So instead, I decided to get my old computer out. See, it's a very old, basic computer, all in one, and use the parallel port that was on it to connect to the CNC board. So I wanted just to do a little tutorial today to explain how everything is connected. I know I've struggled a little bit with this, so if I can help people out, that'd be brilliant. And then, yeah, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help. I will be doing a video on the Mac free software as well, just to explain how you're supposed to set up the ports. So for the spindle and for the motors themselves. Again, it's a little bit finicky if you don't know what you're doing. There are some tutorials online and are some PDFs which explain this stuff, but it will take me just a couple of minutes. I'll run through the ports and run through the basic ideas. Okay, so you'll need also a power supply. See, so the power supply, I've covered it up with some cardboard just so I can place my board on top. This is initially what caused the first board to blow. So do make sure that if you are doing this, that you are properly insulating the power supply. I cannot stress that enough, otherwise you will blow your boards. And so this comes with two outputs, as you can see. So we have the live, neutral, ground, then negative, negative, positive, positive, and then the ADJ, which isn't necessary at the moment. So the live, neutral, and ground obviously connect to a normal 3-pin or 2-pin, whichever, or however the sockets come in your country. So this connects into your mains. You may need to connect some kind of security, so breakout boards, any other kind of things that can save your computer and your hardware from blowing up and from surges. So I've gone for the very simple setup. So it's just one surge protector. If there's a problem, well, it surges and it breaks the circuit. So there we go. So I'll just run through how the CNC board initially is connected. So we have pins 1 and 2. Okay, so we have pin 1, which is positive, and it's connected into the positive here. So pin 1 into the positive, and pin 2 is negative, so that's here, and that's connected into one of the negative ports. It can be either one, it doesn't matter. And then we have the X, Y, Z axes, so these are connected into your spindle motors, into your stepper motors rather. So the color codes for the spindles should normally come as appropriate. So mine, I didn't have to change anything around. It was already wired like this. And so all I had to do was put them in order here. So red, blue, green, and black. So you don't have to mess around with those. As long as you've got all the wires together. If you haven't, then you may need to look around. I can just show you here. So we have the red, which is the first cable, connects into the first slot. The black, which is the second cable, has been wrapped around, as you can see. So it now is the fourth cable. Then we have the blue, which is supposed to be the third, and it again has been wrapped around, and it is now the second. So that's going into the second pin after the red. And the green, which is the fourth, is now going into the third pin. So that may be how you need to connect your pins or your cables if your stepper motor cables aren't already like this. Okay, so moving on. So then we have the spindle motor here. So the spindle motor, it's a 300 watt spindle motor. It came with the CNC machine which I bought. So this is the board which I had to buy because I blew the other board. This is the CNC machine which I bought. It came with a which is a transformer to power the spindle. So it was a little bit more complicated to set it up using all the equipment which they initially supplied, but that wasn't a problem. Unfortunately, as I said, I blew the board, so I ended up having to make do with this, which doesn't require the transformer, and it has its own relay, which is displayed here. So all in all, I am quite happy with the second board. It's very good. So moving on from this, as I said, we then need to connect the spindle motor. And the spindle motor, oh, by the way, I will be doing a video on how to set up this machine if people are interested. Just keep me posted. Well, I'll do this in a couple of weeks or a couple of days, and I'll let you know what needs to be done, again, following step-by-step instructions. So then we have, as I said, so the spindle motor, this is going to be connected here. So we have ports 12, 13, and 15. And so port 12 is the, let me just wriggle this around. So port 12 is the positive, and I hope you can see that, okay? So all the wires are a little bit mixed up, but hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. Let me just move this out of the way. Okay, so as you can see, it's the red wire here, which I'm holding in my hands and my fingers. Okay, so these two, and that's going into the positive, as you can see, and that's going into the positive in on the CNC board. So then the output signal goes into the positive signal of the motor here, and then the negative signal of the motor goes back into the ground here, or the negative terminal of the power supply. Okay, so that's everything for today. As I said, I'll do a video on the CNC machine. It's a Comison, I believe it's model 6020. You can purchase them on Amazon. I bought mine for £259. So very, very cheap. It's the cheapest one that you can buy. The next cheapest is probably about £340 or £350 on eBay. And as you can see, the size is fairly small, so don't expect to make big products with this. You should be able to CNC bigger projects, or projects are bigger than a CNC machine. Again, I'll do some tutorials on that as well once I have it up and working. And so for now, this is the end of the video. If you have any comments, please leave any messages down below. And yeah, so I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.